Welcome. This is the NFL Clickbait Daily Podcast. I'm Chase Aguirre, resident Cowboys fan, and the Cowboys have just traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. First off, Jerry did it. He actually did it. I did not think he would actually do it. But he actually did. He actually traded Micah Parsons, a generational pass rusher, a once-in-a-lifetime talent, to not only the Green Bay Packers, your bitter rival who has basically dominated you in the playoffs for multiple years, going on almost a decade, but you only got 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark to show for it. So you didn't even get a haul. So let's dissect this. First off, this has been going on for months. We had a video originally on the channel. Is this the end of Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys? At the time, as a Cowboys fan, I'm thinking, they're going to get a deal done. They always get deals done. Deadlines make deals, all that good stuff. Dak, CD, et cetera. They always get the deals done. But this escalated into something that I don't even think any other Cowboys fans, including myself, thought it would. Eventually, Micah put out a trade request on Twitter. And then Jerry would continue, saying Micah needs to get paid. Steven would say, hey, Micah's got to want to get paid. He's under contract. So it just continued to escalate. And then I think the breaking point was Jerry Jones going on his escapade on the Stephen A. Smith show. And then on the other podcast he went on, blanking right now which one it was, but with Michael Irvin. And he did both of those. And I think all the shots, all of that, eventually between him and Micah, they were just dug in. And I think Jerry was sick of it. And then James Slater actually came out today and said that he was going to, Micah told her, hey, I'm going to miss y'all, all that good stuff. And then straight up asked Micah, hey, what went on in the last few days? Like I went up to Jerry Jones, empathetic, wanting to get a deal done after the trade negotiation or the trade request came out. And then the response from Jerry was play on the 5th year or you're gone. That's it. So, and then it led to the last week. Trade talks got louder today, said they're going to start listening. And then not even an hour or two later, breaking news, Micah Parsons trade to the Green Bay Packers. So as a Cowboys fan, I am very, very upset today. I'm upset. You traded a generational pass rusher. You didn't get a haul. You could have just paid the man, but now you're like, oh, we're going to make some trades. Oh, we can maybe use this pick for some players, for some better players at other positions. Well, you had a generational pass rusher and you just gave him away. So that's what you did. You basically went and traded the best player you probably have had since Charles Haley, and you just gave him away for 2 first-round picks and an aging Kenny Clark. So great job, Jerry. You got what you wanted. You traded a generational pass rusher for pennies on the dollar because your ego and your money got hurt. Congratulations. The Dallas Cowboys will not win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones runs the team. Stephen Jones, right behind him, does not matter. As long as the Jones family runs the Dallas Cowboys will never see a Super Bowl, an NFC championship game. Hell, they may not even make a run for a divisional playoff game for the foreseeable future. This team is broken. This front office is lost, and they have completely lost touch with the fan base. They do not care about the fan base. They do not care about the fans, nothing. They do not care at all. All they care about is making money and winning in the pocketbook. That's all they care about. So as long as Jerry Jones runs this team, the Cowboys will not see success. I've started to realize that the last few years. I've distanced myself, and losses don't bug me anymore. But trading a generational pass rusher, it's not the straw that's going to break my back. I'm still going to root for the Cowboys. I'm still going to be a fan. I'm still going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. But I am going to distance myself from this team to where I'm going to treat the Cowboys like they treat the fans. It's entertainment for them. Guess what? This team's entertainment for me now. This team is entertainment for me now. And I'm going to make podcasts reacting to dumb decisions that they make, and I'm going to get views off of it. That's how we're going to do things now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm very, very frustrated. Welcome.
Yeah,
Matt.
you know what? I don't like. I totally understand where you are at. You know, as a person who's friends with you, I'm very upset for you. But as a fan, and
yeah, we know
I'm
you're
actually,
happy. You know
am I happy? I'm not necessarily happy that I went to the Packers of all teams, but
that gets a little jab at you, huh?
We can break it down from there.
Yeah.
Let me get my 2 cents on the trade. I will say this felt different from the start. It felt like there's some personal issues there, and I don't mean between Micah and Jerry. There is some personal issues beyond that, and it's with Micah's agent, or it just felt very weird from the start. And when things get weird, usually they go really weird. I'm not entirely sure if Jerry Jones understands this next generation of players. And what I mean by that, the NIL is so built into the next, like the current generation that's been in this league the past few years, and then the next future, like they are business wise, like they're way ahead of what players used to be. They're coming into this league with money, and they are making business decisions from day one. And Micah Parsons has been one of the players who has been probably one of the smartest athletes off the field regarding money. He knows what he's worth. And I'm not entirely sure Jerry Jones liked that. I think Jerry Jones wanted to put a deal that benefited him. Of course, he's not going to screw them over to a point where they're making pennies, right? He would have made some sort of big deal. But if you look at Tyrone Smith from a few years ago, he had the same agent as Micah Parsons. They signed him to an 8-year deal, and that put him out of the market relatively quickly because of the deal. He was way underpaid, and it made the Cowboys, control his rights for 8 years. The dude deserved to make way more money than what he was paid. I mean,
100%.
And I'm assuming when Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones started communicating, because this is where I wish we had more detailed information, because I don't know who to trust on this, if it's Micah or Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is saying, no, we had negotiations between Micah and myself. And in today's press conference, he specifically stated that they were going back and forth between like the negotiations about certain things and then all of a sudden when he felt like there was a contract that, was agreed to, that's when things, when the agent finally got probably told exactly what was happening, that's when, okay, Micah decided to let his agent handle it. There's something there that maybe Micah's not specifically telling the truth on. And I think that's something that we will never know because no one's going to admit otherwise, right? Jerry's trying to be kind of respectful to Micah because he's a good player and he knows that Micah has a mouth on him and he will open it up. I don't know. There's something strange from that point of view. But now my thoughts on the trade. I don't know what the Cowboys are thinking. And when I mean specifically the timeline of when Jerry Jones says that he started thinking about trading Micah, and that was when they hired Brian Schottenheimer at January? That's when it crossed his mind. He basically said they didn't talk to Micah starting these conversations until it sounded like right after that draft or right before the draft. But it does feel like Jerry Jones had this thought that maybe it's best to trade Micah. Maybe we try to show to the media that we tried to keep him. We'll make this go as far as possible in length of time. And when things start to break down, if we move off of him, it won't look like we traded him. Again, it's perception. That's what Jerry Jones cares. It's not necessarily about the best move for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Right. Because if it was, he would have traded him right before the draft. Not right now, because you don't know. 100%. You don't know what those picks are going to turn into. Like
if you wanted the best trade package for Micah, you would trade him after his third year going into that draft. That was 2 years ago.
Sure.
You wouldn't, not this past draft. That would have been the best haul. If you didn't want him, that's when you should have said, all right, we're going to get a generational haul for you. That would have given you at least 4 first-round picks and a couple players and some second-rounders. It would have given you a lot. It would have given you a lot. We started with at least there's a starting point. But that after this past draft, all that was out the window.
And when you look at the draft picks that they received, we don't know exactly where they're going to be in the draft. They could be anywhere from 10 to 32. Like, there could be some people who say that it's a lock for in the 20s. There's some that say, due to injury, you could guess that could be anywhere. I think if you're an organization and you're trading one of the best players in the league, you need to have a definite value on that.
100%.
So I think the value would have not been lower than what they trade now. Like if they traded in March, I think it would have been higher. This is just an organization dysfunctional. Like, they're dysfunctional. That's like the most insane part about the Dallas Cowboys, because Jerry Jones thinks he's this guy who built this team to win 5 Super Bowls. No, he's the one that owned the team, that hired the man called Jimmy Johnson, who built the Dallas Cowboys into a 5 Super Bowl winning team. Yeah, he only won he didn't win. No, was it 5? It was 3. He won 3, right?
Yeah, Barry Switzer won 2 of them.
2. He won, and then Barry. Okay, so I'm giving some credit to some people that don't deserve it, but Jerry Jones, he brought a more modernization to the business aspect of the Dallas Cowboys, the branding. He helped with the NFL business-wise grow, but he did not help. He's not a football mind, and I hope, Jerry Jones, you see this. You're not a football guy. You're a guy who owns a team. You are not a general manager. You have it in tile. You make decisions, but that doesn't make you good. You're at a point in your career that you're Al Davis. That's who you are.
He's Dan Snyder with the Super Bowl rings. That's all he is.
Dan Snyder is pretty bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's where we're at. That's where we've been at for like almost 20 years now. Like, he's Dan Snyder with 5 Super Bowl rings. He doesn't care about the team anymore. He doesn't care about winning. All he cares about is making money. And I said this, and real quick to go on a little tangent, I said this in our other Micah Parsons video. If anyone goes back and watch it, you can quote me on this. I said Jerry loves Jerry some Jerry, and all he cares about is money. That's all he cares about. And to this point now, it's more true than ever now. That's all he cares about is money, brand, and exposure. That's all he cares about. The football team is 4th and 5th, 6th, probably even down lower on that list. He doesn't care. He doesn't. Because if he honestly cared about the Dallas Cowboys and winning football games, you would spend money on your players like Micah Parsons. You would pay your players earlier. You would go out and trade for talent, not like a trade like George Pickens and Brandon Cooks where you like luck into them almost, whatever. Like, you would actually go out and get talent. You would use free agency like you should. You would go out and win on the margins. And he refuses to do so. So as long as that's the case, the Cowboys are going to be where they're at, and that's basically in the middle of the pack, mid-tier, playoff contender, but nothing more.
And where we're at with how team building and things, like, they're pretty well. Like, I'll say the Cowboys are one of the better teams at drafting, but the thing that does not give them the edge is things that the Eagles do, that the 49ers do.
Exactly.
The way that they construct the cap, right? Where you're able to stretch the signing bonus beyond beyond the length of the contract. Now, the Cowboys do that, but they don't do it as aggressively. And that just shows, like, if you're a money-rich team, you're going to have a massive advantage at getting the money to your players and off the current cap year. Like, you can push right now. Dak Prescott, he has insane cap hits. Didn't they restructure his deal this summer just to make signing bonus?
Yes.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you do that from the start of his contract? You could have easily kept and pushed it off, and you would have had a lot lower cap hits. Like, his cap hit's still like $45-50 million, I think, for this
Yeah,
season.
like
He's like the
it's
top.
like almost 50 million. Yeah. And to that point, like, and not just that, if they had gotten the deal done earlier, you could have stretched it out, and and he wouldn't be the highest paid quarterback. But that's a whole nother point. But yeah,
I will say,
it's cap gymnastics that they don't want to play.
I am surprised that this trade actually happened. I was more hopeful that it would happen as a 49ers fan, just to see, like, not
and then you got traded
but
to the
like
Packers, and then you're like, oh,
well,
oh.
the Packers are Micah Parsons can't stop the run, so it doesn't matter. But
I'm on the train of, like, Micah Parsons isn't gonna, like, they're not beating the Eagles, or realistically, if the Niners get back to their ways, or the Lions, they're still not beating those teams, in my opinion, with Micah Parsons, because I told you earlier, and maybe I'm a little off base, maybe I'm, like, venting or coping a little bit, but really the Packers, for the most part, are not much different than the Dallas Cowboys. They're a little bit better run, but, like, as far as talent wise, they're younger, obviously, but the Cowboys are pretty young now. But, like, they have some good talent, but what the Packers haven't done a whole hell of a lot since Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they're about the same.
I mean, they're outside of the Super Bowl that Aaron Rodgers won. They really haven't done anything. But
real quick, what I'm saying is, like, if the Cowboys weren't winning a Super Bowl with Micah, the Packers are sure as hell not going to win a Super Bowl with Micah, in my opinion. And again, do they have a better chance? I'll give them a better chance. But again, they're still going to have to face the Eagles. They're still going to have to face the Niners. They're still going to have to face the Chiefs. If it gets a Super Bowl, we'll see.
The thing with the NFC is that there isn't a top tier quarterback. Like, there's good quarterbacks.
And that's fair.
But there's not.
That's fair.
Like, the NFC stays open, like, for
most of the time. Yes.
Most of the time, no one saw the Eagles going and making a run and winning the Super Bowl last year. I mean, the 49ers have been able to go to the NFC Championship like four times out of the past 6 years.
Yeah.
So
and that's another thing that frustrates Cowboys fans is, like, you don't go all in. The NFC has been wide open relatively for the last 4 or 5 years, and you haven't taken the steps to get there. You didn't have to trade Micah Parsons to get there.
I thought it was interesting, the angle that Jerry Jones took regarding, like, the issues with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, his thought was, like, their big issue on defense is not been able to stop the run, which, to be fair, has been their biggest issue. But it's not like they didn't try. It's not like they didn't take a defensive tackle in the first round. Like,
yeah, that's true. Not that they didn't go and get
Mozzie,
right? 100%.
Mozzie has been entirely a bust. That was a reach.
100%. I said it at the time.
So, I mean, stop taking defensive linemen from Michigan. That's the first start for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, he's
real
not wrong, but I think he's using an excuse because Micah isn't the greatest against the run. He is undersized, but you're not like, that is not his strength. His strength is pass rushing, getting to the quarterback, creating havoc. Like, that's why you pay him the big bucks. He's not terrible. He's not like Huff for the Eagles last season, where, like, literally he could not be on the field. If the team's running the ball, he's, like, completely out of the play. But I think it's interesting to see how Jerry Jones was trying to hide the situation that he fucked up. And
Jerry did what Jerry decided to do was all of a sudden bring up that they can't stop the run. When we've known, us Cowboys fans and most people in the fans of other teams know the Cowboys have not been able to stop the run for a very, very long time. But what he did was, of course, said, well, I traded for Kenny Clark, who's supposed to be able to stop the run, which ironically he is not very good at stopping the run in his 4 years. But hey, I got a nose tackle, defensive tackle that is supposed to stop the run, taking shots at Micah Parsons, who notoriously is not very good at stopping the run, to say, oh, by trading Micah Parsons, we can get better at stopping the run, when in reality, you didn't do anything to help the Cowboys stop the run with this trade at all.
When he said, yeah, and we traded for a Pro Bowl player, like, okay, he was once a Pro Bowl player.
Yeah, and
And
not only that,
maybe
you
to
traded
be
a
fair,
4-time Pro Bowl player in Micah Parsons. Great job.
you guys run a 3-4 right on your base down.
Pretty sure, yeah. Well, maybe it might be 4-3 now with Eberflus. I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought Eberflus was a 3-4 guy.
It still might be 3-4. I couldn't tell you off the top of my
Okay.
head.
Well, he did transition from a 3-4 to a 4-3 last year, so benefit of the doubt there. I will say he might have just not been in a scheme that benefited him. So we'll see how he plays out with the Cowboys. I just don't like trading a younger guy for an older guy who was like looked like he was at the bottom of his career and starting to hit a trajectory going down. Like, not only did the Packers trade for Micah Parsons, give up, the bare minimum in a trade package, they were able to get off a player on their team that was not good last year. He's aging, and they gave him a contract extension last year. Side note, the Dallas Cowboys now have like $42 million in cap space that they can roll over into the future. So we got a comment here. Somebody from Oregon, my guy John. What's up, John? Thanks for watching.
Hey, John, how you doing? How's Oregon? Weather good? Weather sucks over here. So I'm just scrolling through Twitter right now, and someone posted a video of Micah Parsons running around his house celebrating, and I'm guessing that back feels pretty good. Yeah.
Somebody celebrate. Just a thought here that I kind of want to go over the contract. So it's going to be it was 47 million AP wide. That would put him about $6 million more than TJ Watt, right?
Hey, thanks, man. We appreciate you watching. Means a lot to us. Truly does.
So that's a dramatic shift in like the Lions. The Packers put Aiden Hutchinson's deal in a different perspective because I didn't think he was going to be worth more. Like, he wouldn't top the market, which he's not going to top the market, but he could, in theory, say, now I'm worth $40 million. Like, that puts the Lions in a very tough spot. Like, they've paid everyone that they've had on offense. And, their young defense is starting to now need deals. That puts a really interesting angle for the 49ers with Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa's money on his guarantees. He has years left on his deal, but his guarantees are running out. In theory, next year he's going to come in and ask to top Micah. Like, those are things that the market shifts. When somebody dramatically takes a deal this big, like Jamar Chase, when he got to 40 million, that shifted not just for wide receivers, it shifted for defensive ends. Like, that's a massive shift in the market. And this is going to have a ripple effect across the league. I mean, Brock Purdy is making $53 million AP wide. I mean, his cap hit's like $8 million this year, but the year-to-year like money flow is not that much far off from what Micah Parsons is getting paid. Like, Josh Allen's at 55. Like, this is insane money. Like, I don't know, and this is my big concern with paying Micah Parsons, is I don't know how when you're paying somebody who's getting top of the market at all positions outside of quarterback, you better have a well-rounded player. I am concerned that if Micah Parsons has any fall off from pass rushing, that he's not going to be worth that contract. And that's something that like some of these other guys like TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, like, they're well-rounded players who can play the run. They could pass rush. They're just like, you can count on them at both aspects. And Micah's like, are you taking them off the field on rundowns?
Yeah. I mean, that is something to think about. And I mean, I'm not going to start saying like, oh, I'm glad the Cowboys didn't pay Micah because, he can't stop the run. I still wanted to pay Micah. I will die on that hill. The Cowboys should have paid Micah Parsons, period. But it is fair to look at, you're paying a dude $47 million, highest right now, and probably will be for at least probably going into next year, but at least the highest paid non-quarterback. So when that comes out, so when, like, say Jamar Chase got his money, right? Like, what does Jamar Chase do, right? He pass blocks well as a wide receiver, right? He's really, really good at yards after the catch. He's really good in the red zone. He does all this stuff. He can do a lot of things as a wide receiver. Can Micah stop the run? Can he help other guys get off their action? Can he do anything other than just straight bull rush the pass? Like, so that's a fair point. But I do think there is a lot that Micah hasn't unlocked yet, and that's what I was hoping we were going to start to see here in the next couple of years once his contract extension came in. But to your point, that's what Jerry Jones is thinking. Like, I'm not going to pay $47 million to a guy that all he can do is rush the passer. I can pay 3 guys, Dante Fowler, a couple rookies, all these guys, pennies to do the same thing. That's what he's thinking. I don't agree with it, for the record. I've told you this many times, but I'm just saying that's his thinking. 100% his thinking. And I guarantee you, if you asked him that question straight up, he would tell you that.
It's a concern. And we will see how it plays out. I mean, all we know, he may not fit in with the Packers defense. Like the defense that the Packers have installed right now, like when you have a top player like that, you build a defense around them. Like you have to build a defense around Micah Parsons. You're not doing
that. Do that this year. They're going to have to do it going next year. So we'll see how it works out this year. But they're going to have to start building it around now.
Yeah, over time you can make little shifts here and there, but
they got a lot of those guys on that D line, or a lot of them are either locked in or rookies on rookie. So they're going to be there, you could, flip them for maybe other guys that may fit the scheme better. But for the most part, they have that locked in. So we'll see, coaching maybe can help. But another note that I want to say is a lot of things, and Jeff brought it up on because I've been watching a lot of Jeff Kavanaugh and Brian Broaddus and Botch today. And
we know Jeff Kavanaugh. We have interviewed him.
Yeah,
before.
We had him on our original podcast before we switched it up here. But Jeff's smart as hell. I've met him a few times. But his point about Micah, and like, is he a leader? Right? Is he a leader? Like, he's a really damn good football player, but is he a leader? It's like when the team's down 30, all he cares about is getting his sacks. Other guys are doing well, he don't care. Like, his attitude is butt. And point blank, that's how Jeff put it. He said his attitude's butt. So it's like, when you're thinking about, like, are you paying $47 million to a guy that's just a really good pass rusher and that's what he does? Or are you paying $47 million for a guy that will make the whole defense better, be the leader of the defense? That's what it comes down to. And I don't think that's why. I think that's why, real quick, I think that's why Jerry Jones didn't want to pay him in the end.
That's what he said in his
That's what he said in his press conference, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what he said in his press conference. No, but he said when a player takes up when you have 5 or 6 players who take up 2/3 of your salary cap, those are the guys that you need to be the leaders.
Yeah. And he didn't see it in Micah, obviously.
And he didn't. Yeah, as much as Micah is a great player, he has some like downfalls, like things that he had in college that were a concern, and why he had fallen further than he should have in the draft. So
yeah. I mean, you remember my reaction. I mean, I don't know if you actually recorded my reaction, but my reaction was at the draft that I didn't want him because I heard about all the off-field stuff. I ended up loving the guy, and I still do, and I'll still root for him regardless, even if he's a Packer. I won't root for him when they play the Cowboys, but I'll be rooting for his success regardless because he's one of my favorite players. But when they took him, I was not happy. I wanted who did I want? Rashawn Slater. I can't remember if Slater was there, but there was another player that was there. I was like, it better be Slater. I think it was Slater because I think he went next pick to the Chargers. But I did not want Micah Parsons on the Cowboys. I didn't at the time. I became to love him and how good he was, but I did not want Micah Parsons in the Cowboys when they drafted him. It ended up working out, but I didn't want him. So, again, we'll see how it all plays out, like you said, with the defense, the Packers, and see how he fits all into that.
Your defense is going to be god awful this year, my guy.
What? I wasn't talking about my defense, but I can tell you.
I'm talking about. Can we talk about your defense? Your defense is going to be absolutely garbage.
It probably will be very, very bad. It most likely will. But there's going to be. But I would like to see some flashes from some of these younger guys and see if we can get some pieces that can start looking better for the years ahead.
Wrong hand. Let me wait. Which? Dak to the moon. George.
To the moon. And my Dak and my Dak. Honestly,
moon.
not Dak and CD isn't even my favorite stack right now. It's Dak and Pickens. You want to know why it's Dak and Pickens? Because Pickens is in a contract year, and Pickens is going to get paid. I think Dak and Pickens is the stack you want for fantasy. I think that's the one I'm going to be trying to get. But I also might get Dak. Did you get Dak and CD or CD?
No, I got Dak and Pickens.
Okay,
Pickens is my wide receiver 4.
If I have in my keeper league, I'm considering doing Dak, Pickens, and CD. why not just go all in? Because this team's gonna
I
have
have
to
a
throw
feeling
the ball, man.
if you're
Like, they're gonna
picking
have to throw the
mid-draft,
ball.
do you think CD falls to you?
Well, I mean, in that keeper league, I mean, if I'm either going to get CD Jefferson or one of the top quarterbacks. I think one of because that's 5 picks. So one of the because I think someone's going to take Bijan. Bijan will go. Maybe Gibbs won't, but
So
Bijan for sure will go. And it comes down to of those
super
5 which one
flex.
falls to me. What's that?
He has a super flex. I'll just explain to the
Oh,
viewer.
it's a 10-team, keeper super flex league. Yes, 2 quarterbacks, and I have 2 quarterbacks already in Stroud and Drake May. So I'm set there. But I would like to maybe have Dak to go with CD and Pickens or one of the 2. So that'd be cool. But we'll see how it works out.
I am very okay. So let's go back to your instant reaction to the news. My instant reaction was
go ahead real quick. I'll let you go.
My instant reaction was I had to double check to see if there was multiple sources, and it was reported across multiple. I think Ricky, the dog, if you haven't followed him on, I think he had it like 8 minutes before.
Speaking of Ricky, he's also said that Aiden Hutchinson's going to get a deal. He said that a while ago, so don't be surprised if Aiden Hutchinson does eventually get a deal. Maybe in the next.
That might get done. I don't know that.
That might get done here pretty soon after Micah.
I feel like that's gonna. I think this is gonna hurt the Lions. Like I can see them holding off.
I mean, they could. He's not gonna get paid 47, but I mean, he can get some in the 42, 43.
He might get 41.
Yeah, 42. Yeah, a little bit more than Watt. A little less.
Come on, Lions. I don't know. I really quickly Lions used to be the team you felt bad about, but now I'm like, let's make a bad decision. I don't know if that's a bad decision because I think Aiden Hutchinson is a complete player.
I think he's
but he's not is he worth 41? That's a tough decision. It may not be okay. He may be worth it, but then you're okay, we got to move off of Jared Goff pretty quickly.
I thought they would have moved off of Goff once they traded him for Stafford. I'm surprised he's still there.
Goff has been.
I mean, he's been good. I think if he didn't look as good as he did once the year they traded for him, they would have moved off him. But he ended up looking good and working out. So
I think he looks better than Matthew Stafford did last year.
Well, 100%. But Stafford's also old and getting old.
I mean, the Lions, it worked out for them. I'll say that.
So your reaction to do you want to do your reaction to the trade first?
Okay.
Or you want?
My instant reaction is, holy fuck, Chase is about to fucking meltdown.
And I was at work.
And I called you. I kept calling you, and you weren't answering your phone because you were working. I was so sad that I wasn't the one who broke the news to you. I was devastated. I wanted to break it to you.
Okay, so you got your reaction. So I was actually in the cooler at our in the bakery at Costco, and I was trying to check my phone, trying to see if anything came up, but the bakery at Costco has no connection whatsoever. So I wasn't able to. So I put my phone away, went back to work. I'm starting to mix some cake or whatever because it's towards the end. We got to make cakes. And then one of my Packers coworkers, rapper Liliana, shows me, he's like, I'm about to ruin his day. I said, oh, I'm going to ruin his day. And shows me the phone, and it says, Micah Parsons been traded to the Packers. And my heart kind of just sunk. I mean, I just tried to play it off at work. I can't, I wouldn't have cried, but I can't scream. I can't yell. I can't do anything. I'm in a place of work. I got to be professional. So I had to hold it in for almost hour and a half, almost 2 hours at work, finishing up before I could get off, and then went into my car and screamed into the void. And that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so it was not, very enjoyable experience for me.
Did you actually scream in your car or what?
Oh, once I got in my car, absolutely. Before I called you, absolutely, I did. 100%.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to. I almost went into the freezer or the cooler and did it, but I was worried that someone would open the door as I was doing it. So I was like, no, I'm just going to wait till I get in my car. I screamed. Oh, yeah. It was loud. Did anyone
reach out to you outside of myself? Everyone who knew you're a diehard Dallas fan?
Oh, Joey texted me. He said Cowboys aren't winning shit without Micah Parsons, which they weren't
going to win shit with Micah Parsons.
With them either. And that's why I told him, I said, we haven't won shit with them either. But I'll just say this to anyone that will talk to me here in the next couple of days and hate and laughing at the Cowboys. It's like, bro, the Cowboy. I think I sent you something along the lines that Marcus Mosher tweeted. Nobody hates the Cowboys more than Cowboys fans. We hate our team more than you could get in line. Seriously, get in line
too.
Because we hate our team more than at this point. Everything you tell us rolls off our back because we hate our team more. Yeah, you have to get in line. You get a freaking number. Like this is the meat department. Like this is the deli. Get a number because we hate our team more than you hate us. Promise you.
So, what's the plan here? You guys go into the draft more defensive linemen, more
So
linebackers.
Jerry in his press conference, and I don't believe it because I'll believe it when I see it, because they don't really make trades. But he's like, we could use some of these picks to trade for a player to win now and all that stuff. And like, what player are you gonna fucking trade for?
Remember
6
when they
days before
traded
the
for
season? And then if not at the deadline, like, what are you gonna trade? Like, you're not gonna be in contention for a playoff spot by then. What are you gonna do? Like, you're not gonna like. There's not gonna be a player that's available.
I think he has that's exactly what they should be saying though. Like they should keep the doors open.
Sell it. He's selling it on the like we talked about it with the run stopping, getting Clark. He's selling it. He's a salesman. That's all he's going to do. But he's a con artist.
I just think
no one believes
the Dallas Cowboys, like their team is too talented to not win 7 games.
That's another thing. When Dak is healthy, the Cowboys win 10 or more, 10 plus games. I think every year when Dak's healthy, and I think make the playoffs every year. So this is really going to test how good Dak Prescott is. And if Dak Prescott takes this team to 10 wins, 11 wins with that defense that they're going to have without Micah Parsons, Dak's going to win MVP this year. Dak could this could be Dak's MVP season.
And
you can call me crazy, but if the Cowboys win 10, 11 games, win the division, even make a playoff spot, definitely win the division, but make a playoff spot.
Dak's
going
to
to
have
4,000 yards and 30-something touchdowns and like no interceptions. Like we're going to have a conversation about Dak being MVP this year. 100%.
It's going to be epic when Dak throws for 5,000 yards with 40 touchdowns and you guys still lose most of your games.
Well, if we would have to win at least 9 to 10 games for him to be an MVP conversation and make the playoffs, probably.
I'm not saying MVP. I'm just saying it's possible that there's just garbage.
Possible, absolutely. Even if we lose, even if we win 7 games, you could definitely still throw almost 5,000.
I will say, I think
real quick. Thoughts in my head, real quick. Remember 2020 Dak before he broke his ankle? Yeah. This is the closest we may get to that Dak since then this year. Because the defense was terrible in 2020, and he was throwing 400-plus yards almost every game up until the first 3 or 4 games of the year before he broke his ankle. We could see that Dak that we didn't get to see because he broke his ankle. We could see that this year, and that'd be crazy.
I lost my train of thought. I was going to say
sorry, I didn't want to lose mine. My bad.
Oh, Brian Schottenheimer, my money's that he's fired at the end of the year.
And see, that's another thing, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down. But it's like Jerry loves to hire coaches just to put them in the worst possible spot. He did the same thing with McCarthy. McCarthy overcame, won 12 games 3 years in a row, went to the playoffs a few years. Probably one year they had no business even being where they were, and then they got trounced by the Niners in the playoff game. But every freaking year,
a top 5 defense and top 5 offense that year.
We had a top 5 offense. Our defense was trash. Or no, our defense was good. Our offense probably wasn't good. Yeah, because we had we had Tolbert and freaking whatever. Like our third receiver was like Jalen Tolbert.
Oh, because Michael Gallup got hurt.
It was 20. Yeah, that was the year Michael Gallup got hurt. Yeah, and all we had was CD Lamb and
you guys can add him. He just got cut from the Commanders.
Yeah,
or
right.
Whatever.
But real quick, but yeah, every single time the Cowboys fire a head coach and then bring in a new one, they always start him at the whatever. So I should have maybe figured the Cowboys would do something stupid like this, but I thought that Jerry would be able to get a deal done. But honestly, looking back on it now, the tea leaves were there. How in the world were they actually going to give Brian Schottenheimer a better roster in his first year than they gave McCarthy? It didn't make sense. And now they have one of the worst defense like 2020. This is funny because 2020 was the first year of McCarthy. So we're in the same universe, aren't we? Just 5 years.
So
later.
While Dallas is burning, do you think fans show up to the game, or do you think they finally not show up?
The thing about people that say, "Oh, Cowboys fans shouldn't show up," and absolutely I agree. Cowboys fans shouldn't show. I didn't want to show up to camp this year. I only went because my wife wanted to go, so I went, and it was whatever. Honestly, I don't even think we went the second day we were supposed to go, so I checked out. But I more went to go see my podcast or my radio buddies and stuff like that at the Rudder Room and stuff like that, and reminisce and have some beers. But where was I going with that? So going to games. The thing is, just like in a lot of states with rich people. There's a lot of people with a bunch of money that buy season tickets that are still going to go to games because, they take their banquets, they take their work buddies, all that stuff. So people are still going to go to games. Now, the common fan may go a little less, but it's still going to be filled with opposing teams regardless. So either way, Jerry's going to get his money. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that's going to stop that stadium from being full one way or the other. So I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. I don't think it will. Ultimately, I think the only thing the fan base can really do is just continue to trash him on social media and just continue to, at Oxnard, they made their voices heard at Oxnard when it came to Micah. So
and they traded him.
And they traded him. So, that's all we can do is keep saying, you need to fire yourself.
How fast do you expect the fans to turn on Micah? Because I think it's going to happen.
I think it already started. It started last night because I saw a lot of tweets saying Micah's greedy, Micah's this, and I still am. I think it was still a little bit of Micah, a little bit of Jerry, more Jerry than Micah. But where Micah lost me as far as like how he was acting was, I'm gonna go get a second penny on my back. When you literally laid on a table at the preseason game, not like a day or two before that. Like, we know your back's not hurt. We know you just want to get paid. So trying to milk. I'm all for the player getting their money, but to milk an injury because you don't want to play and you're still under contract, like, to me, that was low. I was still team Micah. It didn't matter, but like stuff like that, it's like, if you're actually healthy and you can't get a deal done, then go play. You've been talking about like, I don't need this, I don't need that, then go play. Go play, and eventually you'll get paid.
As we speak, the fans are turning on Micah.
But I mean, it's just like, there's always been a side that thinks Micah is overrated and doesn't do, like, bringing up his playoffs and how he has 1 sack and 4 tackles in 4 playoff games and has done nothing in the playoffs, that type of stuff.
Are you going to be watching what Micah does this season? Like, I'm assuming your bet would be like, oh, it'd be great for Micah to actually not do anything. Like,
I mean, what would be absolutely funny is if the Packers completely imploded this year and we got a top 10 pick. That would be pretty funny. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Packers at worst, they'll be a 15th, 16th pick, like in the middle, like barely playoff team. I think that's the worst case scenario for them. And that doesn't do much for us.
I mean, the good thing is that the NFC North is one of the most toughest divisions in NFL.
It's true. And Jordan Love's already gone through some injuries with his hand, and Jaden Reed's going through injuries, and they have a rookie number one or a first round pick wide receiver.
Number one receiver too.
Guy.
Matthew Golden.
I mean, Jacobs had his best year last year. Eventually he'll regress, and they might have to rely on that defense being really good to win some games. So who knows? You never know. I'm not gonna be hoping that they completely implode and go 0-16. It would be nice, but I'm not gonna root for that. But like, I will keep my eye on. Like,
I'll root for that.
I should be rooting for that, really. But I will keep my eye. It'll pop up on my timeline. And I have a couple Packers fans I know, so I'll hear stuff about that from them. So it's inevitable that I will be keeping tabs on what the Packers are doing.
Am I frozen or are you frozen? Because you're frozen on my end.
I froze for a second, but I'm back to normal. You're normal on my end.
Oh, then you must be frozen. You're like this.
Am I really?
Yeah, you're
clip that. So all the stuff I'm saying right now is coming with my voice.
Yeah.
So if I'm still frozen,
your
that's
thumbnail,
cool.
Guys. It's gonna go like this.
Yeah, that's gonna be a Cowboys fan melts down, man. So really, I'm still frozen on your end.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Am I good now?
I don't even see you now.
Okay, here, let me turn off my camera and turn it back on.
All right. While Chase is trying to figure that out, I kind of want to go into some information that I thought was interesting. The Dallas Cowboys, my prediction here is that the Dallas Cowboys win 7 games. They try to make a big move this season because they're going to have a lot of negativity with their fan base. And I think Chase is back. Oh, no, you're still not back. Can I hear you?
Oh, I just muted my mic while you were talking. Am I good now?
Okay. No, I don't see you at all, but whatever. We'll just roll with it.
All right, cool.
My prediction is the Cowboys win 7 games. At the halfway point of the season, or close to that, Dallas makes a big move for somebody, and they think they're a player or two away from competing, I think the Dallas Cowboys are. I will say, I guarantee they're not going to make the playoffs. I thought they could with Micah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. So we'll see.
So I can't be heard at all right now.
I can hear you. I cannot see you.
Well, freaking hell! Can I get out and get back in? Will it still be live?
Yeah, you can jump out and just jump back in. I'll take the. All right. So, some things that I kind of want to go into is next week the season starts. I don't know what to expect with like some of these games. Maybe we can. Let me pull up week 1's schedule. Okay, so the Eagles play the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. That's the first week. I think.
Am I good now?
Okay, you're good. Okay, the Cowboys versus the Eagles Thursday Night Football. That's the first game of the season.
Yeah, that's a loss. 100% a loss.
You think it's a loss?
I will just put it to you this way. If the Cowboys beat the Eagles on opening night after trading Micah Parsons, they don't just win. They win by like 2 scores. I will be unbearable on social media, and I don't care how the rest of the season ends. That will be our Super Bowl because that will be amazing. We have no business being in. I think 7.5 points is a layup. I would take that, throw $1,000 on that. The Eagles should win by 8+ easily. It's probably going to go up more, but
I'm curious how the Cowboys are going to sell this to the locker room, right? They're going to want to kind of control the aspect of it. There was a lot of Cowboy fans or Cowboy players, I should say, tweeted, sad faces and things in that. Like they're surprised that this happened.
Overshown.
I'm curious,
all those guys,
if there's going to be potentially some problems in the locker room. Luckily for Brian Schottenheimer, he is a newer. I mean, he was the OC, but he's a brand new head coach. I just hope he doesn't lose the locker room. If the Cowboys start slow and they lose games early, they could lose the locker room pretty quickly. That's a concern.
I mean, that's 100% a concern. I know you said you think Brian Schottenheimer gets fired in year 1. I don't think Jerry's going to fire him in year 1.
I don't think he will, but I think he will.
I don't think he will,
but I think he will.
I don't think he will because I think they really do want to see this out for a few years. But I do not – just listen real quick. But I don't know how you sell the rest of the locker room and the fan base on where you're going when you just traded your generational pass rusher. I just don't – I mean, your best defensive player. I don't know.
To be fair to Brian Schottenheimer, this is above his pay grade. Any head coach for the Dallas Cowboys –
he's at the mercy.
He's got to do whatever this is what happens when you take a job with Jerry Jones. This is his team. Yeah. You are just following orders.
Pretty much.
We can run through some games, what your thoughts are. So you have the Cowboys losing to the Eagles?
I would say by double digits week 1. I think
I'll say the Eagles win.
Okay, go ahead real quick.
Go for it.
I was just going to say, I'm going to give some context to why I think that. So you just traded Micah Parsons. The locker room's going to be bad. The vibes are going to be bad. Any chance you had was signing Micah Parsons before the season, and regardless of how well he played or not, having good vibes. That's out the window. So I think they're going to lose by 2 scores at least.
Okay. I think it'll be competitive. I think the Cowboys lose by 3.
I think they'll lose by, for sure, at least a touchdown. But I said 2 scores.
It's wow. We have a Friday night game. That's super weird.
It's the Brazil game. Yeah, I have a guy in my fantasy league is going to be helping one of his photographer buddies for that one. So luckily we moved our draft, so he'll be able to draft. Yeah, he's going to Brazil to help one of his photographer buddies.
That's crazy.
Do that game, so that'll be cool for him.
I'm gonna go Chargers win.
I think the Chiefs squeak it out by a last-second field goal.
I will say I am interested to see how the Chiefs' offense. There's a lot of past few years, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. I just don't feel like they're good. They somehow win games. They squeak by. I know that's what you're mentioning. I just
Yeah.
don't know. Like they don't like Azai Pacheco doesn't do much for me. The receiving core, I have Worthy in fantasy. I am like betting that maybe there's a Mahomes is like doing some deep shots, getting Worthy involved, but I don't know. I just think this offense is overrated.
I'm just not gonna bet against the Chiefs. I don't think I think the Chargers are gonna be good, but they're probably gonna be starting a rookie running back in week 1. They're out.
I'm all in on Hampton.
They're out Rashawn Slater, so that's gonna be hell against Chris Jones in that defensive line. I'm just saying, I just see the scenario where the Chiefs can win this game. I think the Chargers have a good chance to win, but I'm gonna take the Chiefs by a field goal.
I'm kind of annoyed that we have a Friday night game. Like fantasy is
I don't
going
even
to
think
be
it's a
stupid
Friday.
next week.
Friday night game or is it a Friday afternoon game?
It's 5 p.m. Friday.
Okay, so it's like it's 9 o'clock Brazil time, so it's gonna be 9 o'clock at night when that game goes on.
Yeah, good luck. I would not want to be at that game.
Yeah,
your friends should be careful.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, that's another topic for another day.
Dolphins, Colts. That game's a push because I think both teams are going to be booty, but I'm going to go Dolphins.
I'm going to go Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones. That secondary for Miami is trash. I think that the Colts actually put up some points and win by 10 points. I would say like 31-21.
I think the Dolphins offense will get rolling. I just, like you said, that defense is a concern. Yeah. I think the Dolphins have pieces on offense to be able to. They even if Ancho, what's his name? Ancho? The Dolphins running back. I cannot pronounce his name.
John. What the Dolphins? A-Chain.
Even if he's out, I think that the Dolphins are going to win. Okay, Steelers, Jets. What's up?
I said Ollie Gordon season.
There you go. I own him in both leagues. Steelers, Jets. I think the Steelers blow the Jets out.
I think they win. I don't think they blow them out, but I think they win comfortably. They win by like 10 to 14 points. I'll say
Aaron Rodgers gives the middle finger.
28-17. And it's closer. It's not as close as the score makes it look.
I just want to preface. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a pretty good year. I'm buying it.
I mean, I hope so, but I don't know about that receiving core. DK Metcalf, that's about all he's got. So we'll see.
Well, they could make a move here.
I mean, they could. They very well could.
Okay, Panthers, Jaguars. I'm in on both these teams. I think both have potentially high-powered offenses. I'm in on Bryce Young. I'm not in on Trevor Lawrence, but I'm in on his weapons, and I'm in on their head coach. He's a pretty good offensive coordinator. So
I'll take the Jags in this one by a touchdown.
You know what? I'm all in on the Panthers. I think they're going to surprise some teams this year. So,
okay.
Cardinals, Saints. I think Cardinals are going to be a good team this year. So I'm going on Cardinals.
I think the Cardinals. I want to say they're going to blow them out, but anything's possible week 1, and we haven't really seen it yet. Thanks, John. What do you say? I'm still here. Hey, appreciate you. Even through my mishaps with my video. I'm going to say like 31-10. Again, they'll play really well, and I think that defense is improved. They brought some guys in, and we'll see how it plays out.
I'm going upset alert right here.
Okay.
I'm going Giants over Commanders.
That's fair. I can totally see that. Mike, why are you cheesing? Yeah, Mike's always cheesing.
Why am I cheesing? What do you mean?
He's always cheesing. You got like this. Yeah,
I'm smiling. I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, he is a happy guy. What game were we talking about? Giants, Commanders? I'm going to take the Commanders only because I don't think the Giants are there yet. If they were starting Jackson Dart, I would probably take the Giants. But with Russell Wilson, I think Jackson Dart's the truth, man. And I hate it because I'm a Cowboys fan. But
I like Jackson Dart, but why are you hating on my boy Russell Wilson?
I just think Russell Wilson's going to make a mistake, man. And the Commanders' defense
if Neighbors is playing, Neighbors is going to have like 200 yards. He's going to have like 3 bombs.
I mean, we'll see. I'm going to go 28-17 Commanders.
I don't know. Next week we'll do scores over under. Maybe we should do a betting video.
Yeah, we can.
DraftKings.
I don't really
like a
bet. I don't
DraftKings
really do
lineup?
sports betting anymore, but I mean, we can do hypotheticals.
What we'll do is we'll do one together, and we'll put some quarters on it.
Yeah, and we can see what the results come out and watch the video and see who was right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Buccaneers Falcons, a Sunday at 10 a.m.
Falcons.
That one's.
I'm taking Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to be really good this year. I think the Falcons win that
Buccaneers.
division. I think the Falcons win that division.
I'm not a. I think.
Loser has to do something dumb. You know what? Hey, we can put out a poll, and see how many votes.
I was gonna say the next whoever loses. Okay, so I got Bucks, you got Falcons. Whoever loses has to do a live with their shirt off.
He says loser has to wear a jersey of your choice.
Oh, gross! I don't want to wear a fucking Cowboys jersey. I'd rather fucking streak naked outside.
Mike Lose wears Cowboys jerseys. Jeez.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, one of my when I worked at Rookies, the Cowboys beat the Niners. It was a long time ago, and one of my coworkers had to wear my Romo jersey, because he was a Niners fan. So that was awesome.
We'll talk about it. We'll put a poll out.
Yeah, we'll put a poll out. We'll see what shakes.
Ooh, Bengals Browns. I'm going Bengals blowout.
I'll take Bengals by at least 2 touchdowns.
Raiders Patriots. This one, I'm going Raiders. I'm not buying into the Patriots.
I'm buying into the Patriots, and I'm not saying that because I got Drake May on my fantasy team. I think the Patriots are going to be really good this year. I think they're going to have a chance to win 10 games. Give me the Patriots in this one.
You're crazy, dude. 10 games?
Have you not seen their over under win totals like 9.5 in freaking Vegas?
That's fucking ridiculous. I like Vrabel. Don't get me wrong. I think his culture will help him catapult him to 7 wins at max. I just don't think they have the talent on the team to win 10 games. I mean, they have to play the Bills. They have to play the freaking the Jets or whatever. The Dolphins
they have a very easy schedule minus the Bills. Like their schedule is very, very.
I don't know about 10 games.
I just said they could. I just said they could. But anyway, I'm taking the Patriots. That's my pick.
I'm going Raiders. I'm all in on Pete Carroll changing the Raiders culture. There's talent on that team. Genty, Brock Bowers, Myers is still on. They have Amari Cooper, Max Crosby. The defense has talent. I think they low-key can win. I don't want to say that they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they can at least have a winning record. So I'd say nine games. I think that's Geno Smith is Geno Smith, to me, is a better quarterback than what Derek Carr was with the Raiders.
And even Aiden O'Connell and all those guys too. Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell's garbage.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they did pretty decently last year for the most part, or at times, and they didn't have a quarterback. So that makes sense. But I'm still taking the
49ers Seahawks, and this is home at Seattle at 105. That's a rough one for me. I can see Seattle winning this.
I'm going to take
49ers have a young defense coming in, probably have about 8 new starters on defense. Juwan Jennings is, I don't know if he's playing or not. Christian McCaffrey may take over the game. They're going to use him in a very effective way, and they line him up in the slot. They can really, with Brian Robinson, the creativity is there to be able to get Christian McCaffrey. Who knows? He might be used more in the Debo role. Like, it's possible. Brian Robinson also can catch out of the backfield. I just think with Ricky Pearsall and George Kittle, there's enough weapons there to compete to win that game. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Niners, but this is a toss-up. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it all just depends on the Seattle offense. Kubiak is here. They're kind of installing the Shanahan scheme. I don't know.
I said Niners. I'll take Niners.
All right. Titans, Broncos. Easy.
Broncos. Yeah. I'm in on Cam Ward. I'm excited for Cam Ward this year, but I think the Broncos are going to win this one. Especially it's in Denver, right?
I don't know. Maybe. I will say I think Bo Nix has a sophomore slump. I'm calling it now.
I've been on record saying I think Jaden Daniels has one, but I mean I could see it, but I think they'll beat the Titans for sure.
Lions, Packers. That's a toss up. That's a
And
game. That's a game.
I mean, that's a toss up now that Micah Parsons is there. I mean, before that, I would have probably taken I would probably taken the Lions relatively comfortably.
Would
But
you
now
say
that
Micah's
changes.
practicing Monday and all of a sudden his back injury's gone?
Well, his back injury is for sure going to be gone. He got paid. His back was never hurt. But I will just say, this: if he does have any more injury issues like that, you thought the Cowboys fans got mad at him and how he missed games and stuff like that and his attitude. He better show up in Green Bay because that fan base will let him have it. But I'm going to take the Lions by 10.
Texans, Rams. Okay, I'm going to go Lions too.
Okay, Lions too? Okay.
Texans, cool. Rams.
If Stafford's healthy, I'm taking the Rams. If Stafford's healthy and he plays, I'm going with the Rams. If he doesn't play, I will take the Texans.
I think he plays, but I'm going the Texans. I think Stroud's going to have a bounce back.
So we're saying he's playing. So if assuming he's playing, yeah, I'm taking the Rams. I'll take the Rams by.
So I'm assuming he's playing.
I'll take the Rams by double digits. That defensive line is sick. I think the Texans offensive line is garbage. I think they're going to get to Stroud a lot, which I hate because I have him as my fantasy quarterback. I need him not to get hurt. I need him to do well. But I'm going to take the Rams by double digits in that one.
So next week, we're not done with the schedules, but next week we're going to put out a video on our predictions for the year. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's going to be MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, stuff like that. We'll revisit that and see how far we off. I just want to put out there, I think the Rams, if Stafford is healthy, could easily be the best team in the NFC. I think that is a high possibility. Another thought, though, I just don't know. They did. I just don't know, like, is Matthew Stafford going to have, like, a dramatic drop-off? Because he's starting to have a drop-off with his play. Is he going to have,
I don't think he'll have a drop-off in his play this year. I think the issue is he able to stay on the field? If he's on the field, I think he's productive. I don't think it's going to be a skill issue or a talent issue or a regression issue. I think it's going to be a health issue if he regresses.
And I mean, health issue can cause you to not be able to throw the ball.
And that's what I'm saying. If he's not healthy, then it could get ugly. Yes.
It's being old. Don't get old. Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay. This is by far the game of the week. This is like probably the AFC Championship this year. Ravens, Bills.
Oh yeah. Bills.
You know what? I want to root for Josh Allen because I am Central Valley boy.
Hold on. Did I have the Ravens as number one in my power rankings? And I just went to Bills anyway?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, well. I'm still going Bills.
I'm going Ravens.
Okay.
I think Lamar Jackson is in a. And
you had the Bills as your number one team in the power rankings.
I did. We swapped off here.
So we swapped off.
I'm not saying they're bitter. It's just my camera went out. Anyways, we'll finish off here.
Okay.
I'm going Ravens. I'm buying in Lamar Jackson this year. I think he's going to probably be an MVP candidate.
Oh, he has been an MVP candidate for what, the last two of the last 3 years or something like that. And
Lamar Jackson is he a Hall of Famer at this point? I think he is.
I think he's got to win a Super Bowl. I think he has to win a Super Bowl.
He's won 2 MVPs and he should have probably won a third.
We can argue he should barely have 2 and maybe he should only have 1. But I'm not disagreeing. I think he needs to win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying he can't get it. I'm not saying he can't get in at some point without it, but I think to be like first ballot, he's got to win a Super Bowl. I think at this point, we got to be thinking about, is this guy the guy that can perform in the playoffs? Because the playoffs have come around for the last few years that the Ravens have been in there, and even last year, and they have not gotten the job done. So at some point, we got to start having that conversation with Lamar. But I think he has a chance to do something special this year. I do agree.
Is Lamar Jackson, how is he going to age? How is he going to look as a quarterback in his 30s? He's 28 this year. I
don't know.
How is he? That's a question that I'm interested to see how it plays out. And I'm not saying he's going to lose athleticism to a point where he's not usable as a starting quarterback. but he's
Right.
more than his athleticism. His athleticism just makes him a fucking superstar, though.
I agree. I mean, we could talk about maybe he goes down the
Yeah.
Kaepernick route or the
That will
RG3
be
route.
no. He's never going to be that bad.
Well, you never know.
Okay.
You never know.
Last one is. Oh shoot! I went too far, guys. Oh no!
What'd you do?
Did I lose it?
You go down the rabbit hole? What'd you do,
I don't
Mike?
even know what the team was. I accidentally went to go search something. Oh, here we go. Vikings Bears is Monday Night Football. Caleb Williams versus JJ McCarthy. Two teams that have a lot of talent. It low key. I'm kind of excited. Are you working that evening?
No, I will. No, I'll be off in time. I'll be off by like 4 or something like that. So I'll be able to.
That
I'll
would
be
be a
able to.
fun one to go watch at the bar or something.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, get some
And then we
content
react.
live. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, and react from the bar. Yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I will take the Vikings. I think JJ McCarthy will end up being really, really good this year. He's a target for me in fantasy this year, late as a quarterback option. As long as Justin Jefferson's hamstring holds up, and we'll see what Jordan Mason does with Aaron Jones now in that backfield. And then the Vikings they basically put a whole team around JJ McCarthy. I mean, they basically said, here's a whole squad. Go. They just traded for Adam Thielen with Addison missing a few games. So they'll have Thielen and Addison at some point in the season with Jefferson. They're loaded, man. As long as JJ McCarthy is half of what we think he is, the Vikings could be really good this year. They could make a run at the Super Bowl.
What would you say if we? Okay, I'm putting Vikings as well. If we did once a week, we do one bet as a community where we pick the most obvious team, like the most obvious matchup.
Like the team that has the best chance to win, like the heavy favorite.
Heavy favorite, and we throw like $25 or $15 or $10, and we do this every week and see what happens.
And see what happens. That's possible. That's almost kind of like a survivor pool almost.
Yeah. We'll do a betting survival pool.
There you go. And everyone has to pay. You get a list of at least 4-point favorites or whatever, and everyone has to pick one. That'd be fun. I think that's interesting. I like that.
Awesome. Is there anything you want to say before we end this?
Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer, and I'm not very happy about it, but I will get over it, and I will be fine. The Cowboys were still my team. That will not change. And yeah, I mean, it's a very sad day to be a Cowboys fan, but we'll persevere, man. Life moves on. Real quick, subscribe to NFL Clickbait Daily. Like the video. Keep coming, and we're going to keep putting the content out. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
And John says he's going to bed.